It's all good, or what's happening?
Hey, hello,
Yeah.
hello, hello. We are
Hey.
live with the Joypreneur Summit. Hi, everybody. Hey, good to see you. All right, Michelle, right? Day 3 is here. Ellen, good to see you. I love it. Hey, Laura, come on in. So I started just like 30 seconds early. So I'm going to stall for just a quick 30 seconds here to kind of give people the time to acclimate and say hi. Take a second in the chat and tell me where you're listening in from. And let's rock this party. I'm so super psyched for Joypreneur Summit Day 3. We did it. Whoop, whoop, whoop. We're on day 3. And have we got an amazing lineup for you today? Oh my gosh. And we're going to start out right out of the gate with Ram Sharma, and I cannot wait. Before I do, I want to let you know that over this summit each day, you are going to be meeting people from the Positive Mindset Entrepreneurs Club. This is a club of entrepreneurs where we all get the concept. We get it that building your business is easier and faster. You live a better life when you lead with mindset. Feel good first, then take action. Make feeling good the priority, and you get the ideas. You get the inspired thoughts, you see the opportunities that are on your radar, you show up in the world as your best self, and everything just gets easier. So we're making it super simple for you today. If you want to be a member of the Positive Mindset Entrepreneurs Club and learn how to build your business faster and easier the feel good way and drop the hustle and grind, then I will send you this in the mail when you sign up. So go take a look at the links in the description and check it out, and you get the pen of expectation. This is the pen of expectation. Anything you write with it will come true. So you definitely want to have that. And yes, we do ship worldwide. And if you're already a member of the Positive Mindset Entrepreneurs Club and you're saying, hey, hold on now, how can I get that pen? Go check out the club. I made a post about it, and you can see you can get one too. Hey, good to see everybody. Thanks for shouting out in the comments where you're listening in from. I love hearing that. And I want to let you know one last thing about the links in the description, because if you're new to the summit as of today, you still have the opportunity to get a whole bunch of freebies. Every speaker we've got has got freebies for you. Look in the description and you will see the link to opt in and get freebies from everybody, including Ram. You'll hear more about that later. So without further ado, let me jump in and talk to you about who we're going to hear from now. With the help of a little bit of divine intervention, Ram Sharma not only overcame a near fatal bout with Lyme disease, but he also transitioned from working full-time at a 9-to-5 job to now he is a successful online solopreneur. And here's the kicker that I know you're going to love, and the thing we're going to dig into. He's the creator of short books Goldmine, and he has discovered how to truly start to make what's known as passive income, how to have that system set in place that's feeding your finances for your household and your family and your life while still continuing to build your dreams. So I'm super excited to hear more about this. Oh my gosh, we're going to learn so much. And so I want to welcome Ram Sharma. Woo! The crowd goes wild.
Thank you, Dana. Really
Yeah,
thankful you got me here. Obviously,
I'm
we had
so
a
happy.
small chat prior, but I'm truly excited for what's going to happen today.
Me too. I'm super excited for it too. And thanks everybody for shouting out in the chat too. We're also happy to hear from you. And so I want to start out because I know like you are a huge proponent of mindset. Like I know this is, and mindset, many of us in the club, it's like mindset combined with spirituality, mindset combined with being centered, whatever our source is, whatever we consider our source. And I know that you kind of had to really tap into this even in a bigger way when you were diagnosed with Lyme disease. Can you tell me just a little bit about how that transition happened, like what your life was like then and then how it became better?
Yeah, sure. I'll take 1 minute before we even get there, because I was always spiritual, right? Growing up in India, it's just like as many homes we have as many temples, so every second home is a temple. So you cannot escape spirituality here, right? So I was always spiritual. I mean, I was content before even I learned formally the gratitude process and all this stuff. I was already doing it. my prayer was always a gratitude. But then there's the external force which trains your mindset in a different way. And obviously, going through your programs, we do it internally, but our mindset is already trained by society, right? You go to the best school, best college, best job, and then you move out to the United States, because that's like a middle class Indian dream, right? Actually, when the child is born, we are giving three options. Obviously, the child doesn't know at the time. You either become a doctor, engineer, or an accountant, and you get out to the United States as quickly as you can. That's all we have, right? So goal
That's
setting is done
funny.
for you by the family. And it's not just parents, right? It's extended family. You have like a lot of people putting pressure on you, you know.
So tell everybody which one you picked: doctor, accountant, or engineer. Tell it.
Actually, until I did the dissection on my rat for the first time in biology, I was planning to become a doctor. And I'm vegetarian, you know. I don't eat anything. So the first time I dissected that rat was pregnant. So it had all those little embryos, and that's it. I threw up and I told, that's it. I'm running out of biology forever. So I had to put through 2 years of biology, but I had my friend do the dissection. I'll just show the dissection and run away from there. So I told, okay, this is not for me. And then I picked up chemistry for some reason for a while. And then obviously this, you go where the money is. So I became a software engineer, did my master's there. Then we got into two best colleges in India, did a good job in India. And then I worked for Merck and TD Waterhouse when I moved to the United States. It was all great. And the standard thing, Stephen Covey talks about going up, climbing the second mountain. I was on the first mountain. Everything was as planned, as designed, like someone wrote the script. And then there was this mindset. Before the mindset, the faith part comes in, right? So because when my US, the first trip was very funny, because that was my first flight, right? We didn't fly before that. And that time we didn't have smartphones. So I had all the numbers, my few cousins. It was in the handbook. I called them from Atlanta airport. I left the handbook behind. So I was in New Jersey. I didn't know who to call. And thankfully they were there. So I told, okay. So I always had this spiritual guidance. And it was funny. I mean, first time you're looking at such a big airport and new people. So faith always played a part. And things were very good, actually. Both job and, in fact, mindset took me to a lot of different places. But there was this, I think, to the day, this second week of July 2010. And I don't know if probably you just timed it so beautifully. That was the week that changed everything. We have spoken about it a little bit. I will just go into the details of it. Monday, we became permanent residents of the United States. Tuesday, I cleared CFA level 2. CFA level 2 financial analyst for people who are not in the finance. That and the combination of tech is like just you walk in and any Wall Street guy will pick you up. Third day, we were given the sign that our second son was on his way. Yeah, he was in the womb, and so we were like 1, 2, 3. Can life get any better, right? And then there was a pause on Thursday. Some big thing was going to come, right? The previous day we had taken a blood test, because I thought working for the CFA is what made me stressed out. And the doctor called around like 8 p.m. on Friday night. He told, gentlemen, come and see me tomorrow morning. And just type in LYME. He told Lyme, actually. I told, what Lyme? You don't know Lyme? No, I don't know Lyme. I drink warm water with lime. That's the only Lyme I know. I don't know. There's something called LYME. Check it out. I read it for 5 minutes on Google. I told, no, I'm not going to read any more of this. This scares the shit out of me, No so kidding. We go there Saturday, and he told, in all seriousness, he told, you're actually lucky, because you've been infected for more than 5 months. Another week, you probably would not be here. So he told, and he told it in such a way that it was not scary at all. It was like, okay, it's like, some angel God saying, okay, now there is one more chance we are going to give you. So make better use of it. So
hold on. I want to recap that week. So you have like the best week of your life, right? Where you end up, graduating the level 2, you find out the announcement of your son, and then the bomb is dropped on Friday that you've got Lyme. But like you said, you caught it in time. So it really was a blessing, because you were able to do something about it. And so I happen to know a lot about Lyme. And so I'm wondering, like, did you have to go through a big boutness of sickness, and how did you maintain your hope while you were sick? Because I know that's something that many people are experiencing, whether it's Lyme or something else.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, that's what I was thinking. I was under the impression that the preparation for CFA exams, that was the reason why, because I was having pains for the last 3-4 months, severe backache, leg pains. And after he told me is when I really became conscious about it. Until then, I was just, okay, it's a stress thing that will go away, just take some painkillers and stuff like that. But after he told, and then he gave me some education about it, he told my nervous system was already compromised at that time. So he told, obviously he didn't say I was lucky to be there on the time. He told I was there, and he cannot do anything to remove the pain for some time, but at least I will be breathing for some time. And the biggest thing, right, before even mindset, the faith, the reason I keep bringing that up is that around the same week, this was not only a monumental week for me. My colleague's sister, who was 18 at that time, and her friend, they both went trekking, and they came back with Lyme as well. And my colleague's sister, she's still on that IV liquid every month. And this is like, I'm talking about 15 years now. The last time I met was 3-4 years back. And her friend is bedridden for life. And a week away, I would have been either in that position or worse. And that was how close I was. And but the biggest worry at that time, it was not about mindset. It was not about my health. The doctor told me my son was on the way. And my biggest scare was, has he been infected with this thing? And what is going to happen? Until he was born, I didn't think of anything. I was not able to sleep. And that I went back to spirituality. I started, and all the night I was sitting and reading Bhagavad Gita and whatever else. But that was the go-to book for me. I don't know Sanskrit. Thankfully, my son is learning. Hopefully, he'll teach me one day. But the meaning, again, you're like a permanent. You're not like what they call. You're not a human body in a soul, but you're a soul in a human body. I'm not getting that sentence right, I know. But
no, that was good. That was perfect. Yeah.
So I told, okay, it's temporary. I'm going to anyway. It's a passing phase, and if I survive, I want to give maximum time for the kids. Because my mom was a working person, and in middle class India, that was rare at that time in the 70s. So I hardly had any time with my parents. They were fighting to make the ends meet, but they put me to the best school. I mean, like, I think 60% of their wages went to my school, and so that's how Indian parents are. They're like crazy. And so they can skip food to see the kids getting educated. So yeah, it was crazy at that time. Then what happened was, after the spirituality, then my mindset had to be different. What can I create that will outlive me? Because if something is going to happen, I don't know if I'm going to recover or not. It was a dilemma altogether, which was distracted by my upcoming newborn son. So how he's not going to be affected. So all these things were playing, and I didn't think of money or anything at that. But until he was born. But the moment he was born, and thankfully he was very healthy, and that one stress went away. Then at that time, I realized what will happen if this thing had taken away my life. I didn't have anything that's going to recur and take care of the family, and they are still young. I mean, we were meticulously planned everything, but we had a beautiful condo and everything set up. Little bit of savings, frugal. But Lyme, actually, what? I was going through the thing preparation. I got one of my Lyme blood bills. This is from 2015 when it was just going monthly, and this is $948 without insurance. And
ouch! Yeah.
So it's and the doctor's like 500. It's like crazy. So whatever we saved, like over 10 years, it was like big hole. Was like, oh my God, where is this going now? So
wow, that's wild. So let me see if I have this right then. So you at that point you were still working for a corporation, and so the drive between like that scare of life and death and the arrival of your son, that's what kind of drove you into creating your own business and creating passive income, so that you had some income stream that your family could count on, right? And actually, speaking of your son, he's now old enough that he's actually in business with you and learning from you as well, isn't he?
Yeah, the elder one, he's into memory competitions, and he has his book out, and he's planning to help other kids to learn faster. And it's very exciting, actually, because it's not just the passive income. Unfortunately, I don't know what, because that's the income part is people like they stuck to that, but it's everything beyond that. It's time with the kids. We are homeschooling the kids, and the reason I'm talking now is the elder one is off to college, so I have that little extra time, because primarily I spend 90% around them, teaching them all sorts of things: accounts, maths, calculus. No, obviously I used to study a lot, so I don't recommend that to others if they homeschool. But yeah, the younger one is into chess, and now we go to FIDE tournaments, spend like at least 10 days a month with them, where he's playing and we are just reading some book and stuff like that. So those times I don't even touch the laptop. So that's the cool part about it. And
that's great. And so how did you happen? Because let me see if I understand what you do clearly. You have figured out a way to become a regular seller of KDP. Those are Kindle books on Amazon. And now that you kind of understand how that works, you're also teaching other people how to do it. And why that? Like, what made you go into that of all things, just out of curiosity?
Yeah, it's certainly a curious question for sure. But it was not the first well I dug, right? I dug a lot of wells, and at least 15 of them. And there was a trickle here and there. And the moment little water comes, I thought maybe that one is better. So I dug one, and I kept on digging. And then what happened was I realized if I'm not there, because every other model, I have to be actively doing something. And then I read the copyright of books. They are given to your legal heirs. So I thought if I set a system of assets, digital assets, and especially with a company as big as Amazon, then I know even if I'm not there, that's going to be at least trickle of money coming in, right? And that is what motivated me to stick to the big company and create digital assets that can be handed over to the family.
I never thought about that before, but you're right. When you create something like a book, your family inherits it.
Yes. And that was the primary
reason. That's so
reason.
cool. Yeah, that's so cool. I love that. And so how much does just staying connected and staying, spiritually and mentally aligned, emotionally aligned, play a part in getting these ideas to do this kind of thing and to getting stuff done for you? How much does that play a part?
I think that's 200% basically. It's everything, right? Because this system, I can share the system. It can be replaced. KDP can be replaced with Google Ads. It can be replaced with, say, the mind training you're doing. It can be replaced with anything else, right? Once you have your faith, your mindset, and then you have the proper systems and people, and then what is the final one? You'll get the money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it again?
About the money.
Oh yeah, it's money. That's right. It's money. Well, and by the way, for those of you that are just tuning in now, Ram has, not only just created this little system. For those of you that are familiar with Warrior Forum, he was a deal of the day and a deal of the week. So this is like a fantastic system that he's created that's doing very, 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 very well. And I'm sure you're thrilled about that. And so what do you think? So tell me a little bit, because I know part of the secret to your success with this is being able to delegate some of your systems. And so can you tell me a little bit about your journey with delegation? Because I think delegating is probably one of the challenges that people as entrepreneurs have. We've got a lot of stories about it, like people can't do as well as I can, or I don't have the money to delegate, or all of these things. And so can you talk a little bit about that particular system for you and why it's been successful?
Yeah, sure. Actually, before the money, there was one thing I forgot. So let me just recall the 4 steps.
Please.
First, it starts with the faith that I will still leave another day and I can spend time with the kids, right? And that took me to a direction. I was like basically guided, because I tried different things, and then I was guided to these short stories, which is already, and this was based on faith in God, people struggling and succeeding. It was my story in sort of fiction form, right? So I got a direct connection to it. Then I told I at that point actually I was obviously I didn't talk about that much. I was bedridden for 18 months. That was how bad the pain was. I just get up, go, and my company was very, very good, because I architected the entire system. 3 of us, and 2 of them left the company. So I knew in and out of what was going on with the software. We were working for New Jersey police. And so what would take other people like 20 hours to fix, I can do it in 20 minutes. So they gave me the leverage to work from home most of the times. And when there is client meetings, my friends will pick me up, drop me. So I got like help more than I could ask for, basically. So the only thing I could not do was like actually be physically active. So I was on bed most of the time. And the only thing that was active was the thing in there. So what can I do if I survive? What? And that
So
certainly helped.
So give me the four again. Faith and spirituality.
Yeah, that's the first thing. And then the mindset engineering. So you have to, because as a software engineer, you have to not only work with the mindset, make sure, because you talk about the ants, right? Automatic negative thoughts. Oh, what will happen if this comes, that comes, and 85 or 90% of the thoughts are repeated and society driven. The last news, that's the one thing. And I mean, if there is one thing they pick up, stop watching the news. The last news I saw was when the Iraq war. I just moved into the US at that time, and the Iraq war started in 2001, I believe, right? I was in the car service, and that was the last time I saw the news, and I was so frustrated. And the people on this side of the world, they don't even know what's happening, and they're talking about it from a studio. And I have friends from all over the world, thankfully, moving to America, and I studied in a different state in India. So I have friends from all countries, all religions, and what they show on the news is completely like 365 degrees false, just to create panic, hatred, and all these stupid things.
And it just how it affects your body and your mind, and it's kind of like anything you consume. If you're looking at it and saying like, how is this making me feel? Is this improving me as a person to watch this? Like, fantastic advice. Turn off the news. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry. 3.
Faith and where were we?
Faith and mindset, and that's right. Faith and mindset. And the number 3.
Yeah, number 3 is the systems. That's where the delegation comes in. So initially, what I did was, I, being the software engineer that I am, I was looking into the best places. Right, I found a sub niche which was working, and I also saw a person who's teaching what I wanted to learn, like published fiction and all these things. And I joined the group. I told, this is what I found. I want to publish. What do you think? And he deleted my post. He sent me a direct message. We spent a year finding this sub niche. We don't want this to be out in the open. So what you want to talk to us? So I'm still talking to him every Friday. We've been talking, like we've become good buddies for 8 years now. And he's doing like, I do $7,000 US dollars a month. And he's doing like twice of what I do. And that's the 4th pillar.
So interesting to me that this is on short story fiction. Like that's just wild. That's crazy. It's like chicken soup for the spiritual soul or something you've got going.
Yeah, but on a different time zone, like 1800s, and people like really struggling, and they have a lot of faith. And that was the only thing that you just imagine. You are in one side of the country where people are struggling, and then there are people going to another side of the country. In California, finding golden rush, and what is the only thing that can connect them is faith and their mindset. So it's nothing different what we are doing. Now it's, at least we have internet, we can speak. They didn't have anything. They have to get on a train and believe that they will go there, right? So
it's fantastic. I love period piece stuff too. Anyway, so before we get into 4, I want to hear a little bit more about delegating in the systems. Would you speak to that just a little bit, Ram?
Yeah, actually, I will do the 4 and come back to 3, because 4 is smaller. It is having an accountability partner or a mentor. Like, we have a chat. And in fact, we just do like 10-minute chat and make sure, okay, you publish your books today. Okay, bye. How is the weather? That's it. Actually, Tony Robbins used to say, there are a lot of people who pay him like $1 million every year. And those people know everything. They're already multimillionaires. And I asked them, why don't you just sign me off? He said, the fact that you're going to call us every Friday to make sure we are done with what we are doing, that's why we are paying the $1 million for it.
Honestly, Rum, it's true. Even the people in the Positive Mindset Entrepreneurs Club, they partner up. We do a once a year thing where everybody partners up, and it does. Yeah. It's like we started using a different word instead of accountability. We started calling it a focus partner. So it's like just gives you focus, so I love that. Having a partner is a fantastic, I love that. Yeah, please.
And especially if you can find, if you can just find one who once I dialed in on all the, because I was crazy enough to try. I was not into like no pop music or anything, but I used to put these people's photos and do CPA offers. That was what I went so crazy because, see, I was going to die, right? Let me die fighting. If one thing clicks, maybe I'll make some money and give it to the kids. But none of those things click. And then the biggest thing, before the systems, I forgot that one thing, because I had Wall Street offers, 250 plus salary and bonus and stuff like that. And you have to work at least 70 hours a week versus unknown territory. I'm going to sell books for 99 cents. And I had to talk to my ego and say, okay, take that offer. You're going to die soon. Take this offer. You may make money or not. At least you will not die, because you can work on your health and mindset. So that was a huge pivot moment. My friend, literally, like, I could have walked into the biggest financial company, and thankfully I didn't, because they are paid well. They're having a luxury of material thing. But what this system gave me was the luxury of time with my dad the last 3 years of his life. We came back to India after that, after getting the US citizenship. I took him to all the places he wants to. Obviously, they have nothing. They want to visit all the temples, right? That's it. And he held my hand when he died. And I think no money can equal that. So that was the thing.
Yeah.
And
your health. And your health. Like, you go into that stressful, high-paying job, you end up giving up yourself as opposed to doing the thing you love to do. So yeah, please. I love that, Ram. Beautiful.
And jumping back to the number 3. Sorry, it's the third time, I think. So we'll hit it this time. So
no,
delegation. Yeah, delegation is part of the system, right? It's not just the one thing. So once I realized, okay, this is what I'm going to do. At the time, I was not physically active. I could not type in. And other thing is, the funniest thing is, I don't even read fiction. The closest to fiction I read was Hardy Boys when I was like 6th grade or something. I'm so much into spirituality and self-help. So this is like the weirdest thing. If they tell, so what stories you've read in fiction? How did he create the business? I don't know, nothing. And maybe that was a good thing, because then I immediately decided I'm not going to write. So what is the best way out? And thankfully, I was making 6 figures from a thing. Other than paying for the blood test and the doctors, I had a little extra money. And I hired people who was able to do the job for me. And my mentor, he basically referred me to the first couple of writers and the editor. So that was a shortcut. And I think we don't realize how much value, because people may try 10 writers, they may not get the correct one, but he just handed me 2 of his best writers and the editor. So that means all those time was saved for me. And in 3 months, I just set a very simple goal, because I knew the dad was slowing down. So, and also the climate in New Jersey, it was not helping Lyme at all. So let's go to southern India, where pretty much you can reach your hand and touch the sun. So let's go there, maybe to kill some bacteria inside. So that's how it started, And in 3 months, I was able to hit $100 a day. That was the goal I had. So I hit in 3 months, and I decided, okay, 3 more months, if it continues, we'll move out. And that's exactly what happened. In fact, by the 5th month, it was there, and my company allowed me to cut down the consulting. I was still, because I had to hand over the systems I had engineered. So I went from 4, 3 to 1 day consulting, and only when as need be. But the other thing is, because we moved there, it gave us the freedom, because $4,000 in India is huge. Into 85 now. When we moved, it was into 60. And we were able to travel and take dad to 4-star hotels, not 5. 5-star is still expensive. So 4-star, we were happy with 4 stars. So 4-star flight travel, 4-star. So he was very, very happy, enjoying with my 2 sons and stuff like that. That's what the system gave. And delegation is just one part, right? And now at this point, I have 8 writers, 8 to 9. It's one, and I have my project manager, editor, proofreader. It's only one person. So she does everything, and she's been with me right from the start. And it's more like a friendship now. And in fact, most of the writers are there with me for 6 years. And there's like it's not just like they do some content and you may pay them money. It's gone beyond that. And the delegation is, first you form the relationship. It's although it's virtual, there are like, one of the writers had a baby, and I gave her like a few months off, and she can come back and pick whenever she wants to. And one of them actually lost a person. I sent her a little extra for that month. Things like that. That's part of delegation. People don't talk. That's a human side of it. And unfortunately, AI is making it worse. But delegation is like, you trust that person intuitively. Okay, I connect to Dana. I know frequency. She wants to do something good to the world. I can do something to the world. The writer is better than what I can. For me, it's going to be tough to put a fiction. But off late, I realized after I started working, I can write decently. I thought it was really bad. Now I think I can give myself a B in writing, But I will still not do any fiction work. I want to share this system and probably anything on mindset and spirituality.
Well, and I love that. I love that it's about trusting the person to be brilliant, having an intuitive connection with them, trusting them to do the job. I hear that sometimes from my team members where like what means so much to them is that I know they're going to be great. I know they're going to be fantastic. They're going to come up with brilliant ideas. They're going to be their best selves. And it really kind of shows the power of positive expectation. When you have that expectation of people, they will walk through that for you. That also goes, by the way, for those of you not only running a team to run your business, but if you're in direct sales and running a team, what you expect of them will happen. So this is all just so juicy and so good, Ram. I'm just loving it. So I want to, but before we wrap up, please.
Just one more thing I want to add, because not everything is going to be good in the delegation side, right? There was this one writer who did inform us, and she was using AI. And we did find out after the book was published, and Amazon does require that checkbox. So we had to pull off the book, but we didn't just fire her. We told her, you're not supposed to do this. And we made her rewrite it. And she, I don't know, she did it with intention or not, but we kept her and she's still working with us. And now she doesn't do AI. So I don't think it's impact just me, but it's going to impact the other clients she's working for. And that's part of the delegation too. Like how
it's a
we make them better.
A knowledge issue. Like she probably wasn't trying to, do a bad job for you. So right. It doesn't only make you better, it makes the client better. That's right. That's really good. I love that, Ram. Beautiful. Beautiful. So I want to, before we wrap up, kind of bring it back to mindset and mindset practices and things that work for you. And so if you could give somebody some parting advice here and say, you know what, just do this thing. And I know you said turn off the news, but any other practice where you could say, just do this thing and it will make such a difference in your life, what would you tell them to do?
Yeah, I mean, I can tell what I do. And my sons 18 and 10, they do the same thing. And they've been doing it for 5-6 years. So they will become more experienced by the time they get older. So get up in the morning. First thing we do is pray. That's a 5 minutes prayer. Prayer is like thanking for what we have, gratitude. It's the name for prayer. But we also do the chanting thing, which increases the vibration, gives you like the energy. Red Bull without the drink. So,
I do that. I do chanting. It works. It really does. It is Red Bull without the drink.
Yeah, inspired. And then I sit in silence and just do the breathing. And breathing is they've told breathing is the habit which we ignore the most, but which is the most effective. So we at least do pranayama, which is like we do slow breathing, but we do it in the pranayama yogic style. But just doing slow breathing. Inhale 4, hold 2, exhale 6, and repeat for 10 times. And that actually, there were times when my BP used to shoot up, my mom's, and I used to do this, and it will come down like 20 points. And this sets up for the day.
Great. Fine. That's all such good advice. Oh my gosh. That's I think you got your first nonfiction book in you there, Ram. I think you should take all that and put it into a little nonfiction book as well. That would be a really good little mindset manual. I love it.
And obviously they start the day with this, and we end the day with gratitude. And of late, we've been doing forgiveness, both for myself and for others. I should have shared the system long time back. I was waiting for results to come in, and now it's like closing in on $500,000, and I feel comfortable. But I realized even after talking to people, I realized like making $5,000 itself is a big thing, because we are under assumption like we have to have like big results to share. But that's one thing I've learned. In fact, I've been learning like really, this is the numbers, and I've not even published the first book. Can you show me how? And I thought I had to do all this, and I have like 20 courses. I go into depth, and they talk about the same thing. So what is that one missing piece? Why I'm not, I want to create the best course out there. There's nothing like that, right? You're one step ahead. Just pull the next person with you, and take them along for the ride.
Wow, that is just Absolutely, absolutely brilliant. Absolutely so true. We hold back and we wait because we're thinking about us rather than thinking about the people we could help. I love it. Thank you so much, Ram. What a joy. Hasn't this just been amazing, everybody? Thank you so much for being here. You know, I no hope you got as much as I did out of that interview. There was so much juiciness, and I love this term mindset engineer. I'm hoping Ram wants to trademark that because it's so
Yeah,
good and really bringing in
yeah,
that idea of spirituality and being connected and doing those rituals and systems, not only in your business, not only creating systems for your business, but create systems for the way that you connect spiritually or the way that you enhance your mindset. Do those daily practices in the beginning and the end of the day, and at certain breaks when it's good and positive for you. I want to make sure that you get an opportunity to connect with Ron because he does have an incredible system here that he is using on Kindle and he is generously sharing with everybody. And so the way to do it is to go get his newsletter. It's all about simple passive income. Look for the link in the description, because when you go to the link in the description, then you can get not only his freebie and not only get this advice on how to do this for yourself, get those systems set up and move forward making money so you're leaving a legacy and leaving something tangible to your family. But you also get the gifts from all of our other members. Virginia Water Street, for example, is giving a fortify your brain, making stress reducing habits stick. So if you've had trouble creating habits, go and get that freebie from Virginia as well. We have got freebies from every speaker today, from every speaker in the summit, and sponsors every single day, like Virginia. This is just such a good summit, isn't it? I can't believe we're one interview in and my head is just blown at how much good stuff was already shared today, how much that will feed your soul and feed your mind and feed your business and make you money. So exciting. Next up, we're coming up top of the hour here, so it's not very long. We're going to be meeting with Mary Marshall. Now, Mary Marshall, what she does is she helps her clients meet their goals. And specifically, she helps them build a peaceful relationship with food, and she does it through hope, positive expectation, and confidence. And I know that you're going to be interested in what she has to say because it's a very different way of looking at weight loss and a relationship with food. It's just so good. I'm just so happy you're here. Remember, when you get when you join the Positive Mindset Entrepreneurs Club, you get the expectation pen in the mail. Whatever you write with it will come true. And yes, we do ship worldwide. Look for that link. Come and hang out with these people. You know what? When you're in the club, you can take Ram and talk to him directly and get answers directly. I know we have so many brilliant people, and you're going to meet more today. So I will see you in 23 minutes for the next interview. I appreciate you all. See you soon.